Welcome! This presentation is based on Chapter 11 from the book Fostering Self Regulated Learning Through ICT. This chapter, Evaluating Web Content for Self Directed Language Learning, explores methods to promote self regulation among students using online resources. It describes a study on how Japanese university students evaluated language learning websites as part of a self directed learning project. Before we dive in, let's go over a few key terms that will be central to this presentation. First, we will talk about self regulated learning, where students take control of their own learning process. Next, we will explore data driven language learning, a method that involves analyzing real language data from the web. We will also touch on autonomy, or the ability to learn independently, and website evaluation, which refers to how students evaluate websites for quality and usability. It is also important to understand the cultural context. In Japan, education has traditionally been teacher centered, where the instructor directs most of the learning process. This makes it challenging to introduce self regulated learning. Japanese students are generally unaccustomed to taking ownership of their learning process, which creates obstacles when using web based resources that require autonomy. However, there is a growing shift towards self regulated and autonomous learning, especially in language acquisition. Self regulation involves students taking responsibility for planning, monitoring, and evaluating their learning. This transition poses challenges, particularly for students accustomed to a more guided educational approach. Next, let's explore data driven language learning, or DDLL. DDLL involves students analyzing authentic language data sourced from the web. By examining real life usage, students can observe patterns and hypothesize the underlying rules of language. This method not only enhances language awareness, but also improves overall proficiency by connecting classroom learning with authentic contexts. Let's look at a quick example of data driven language learning. Here are three sentences that use the word have in different ways. I have a book. We have been waiting. She has to go. As a student using DDLL, your task would be to observe how the word functions in each sentence and hypothesize about its different uses. In doing so, you gain a deeper understanding of language patterns. Our study examines a website evaluation project where Japanese university students used self directed language learning methodologies. The goal was to see how students engaged with English language websites and whether this self directed approach helped them take control of their language learning process. This study compared two different self directed learning projects. One was the research based evaluation project, which combines data driven language learning with website evaluation. This approach encourages students to delve deeper into language patterns and enhances their language awareness. The other was the non research based evaluation project, which focuses solely on evaluating ESL or EFL websites without the additional language data analysis. While useful, it offers limited insights into language usage. In the research based project, students used a computer program called Lex as a concordancer tool to analyze language data. This data driven approach gave students the opportunity to act as language researchers, observing patterns in authentic texts and drawing their own conclusions. This promoted a deeper understanding of the English language and fostered critical thinking skills. Going back to our study, the findings showed that students in this research based project developed a deeper awareness of language use and became more autonomous learners. Let's summarize the key finding and challenges from the study. Enhanced language awareness. Through DDLL, students gained a deeper understanding of language patterns. Improved evaluation skills. Students became better at assessing website usability and content consistency. And greater autonomy. The projects fostered a sense of responsibility and independence in their learning processes. However, the study also revealed some challenges. Initial struggles. Students faced difficulties adjusting to self directed tasks. Instructor guidance needed. Effective transition required significant support from instructors. And overcoming traditional methods. Moving away from teacher centered learning was a significant hurdle. The key takeaways from this study remind us that self regulated learning isn't just about language acquisition, it is a cornerstone of lifelong learning. The data driven language learning approach equips students with critical thinking skills and independence, but teachers still play a vital role in supporting and guiding this process. As we think beyond this specific context, consider how we can incorporate self regulation strategies across different subjects and learning environments, and what role should technology play in promoting these skills?